Hey guys, today we're going to read Legends of Magic Book 7. This is the part of the story where it changes a little bit. 7 through 12 are all going to be from Stygian's point of view. So from here on out, there's no more titles, just chapter numbers. I have so much reorganizing to do. I had all these stories sorted, but now I have to resort everything now that I know. I don't even know what I know. There's so much work to do. I just need to calm down and breathe deep, and all of my notes are wrong. Great. And now I'm about to be interrupted and have to start over. Hello? Oh, what's this? A present? Who could this be from? Another book? Well, this will certainly make it easier to organize my... Wait a minute. This is... Oh, there's a note. What could this be? It is time that both sides of the story were told. I hope this aids in your study. S. This is a first hoof account, and this isn't Star Swirl's writing. I've learned to recognize it. Does this mean this is written by... This is a tale of the heroes of Equestria. However, there's one very important thing to remember about me. I am not a hero. Let's see here. These shells display a symmetrical pattern, similar to the ones I found on Thursday. I had never had any special powers. I've never really been noteworthy for any reason. I am a scholar. Interesting. The outside of this shell is porous, and it feels like it's been smoothed over time. And at the time of the story, I had chosen to study sea creatures. Evidence suggests that these shells might be hundreds of years old, certainly proof that there are things in the sea ponykind has only dreamed of. It was a very fascinating subject to me. So much was never seen, so much was hidden. What sort of mysteries hid in the ocean? Off with the sunrise on a fresh day's new adventure. Every morning I woke at the crack of dawn. I liked to go to the beaches before other ponies had trampled them. It was fall and soon to be winter, so I had to dress warmly. So I'd throw on my trusty jacket and head down to find what fresh samples the tide had brought in. Brr! Oh, this one could be interesting. I wasn't sure exactly what I was out to find. I only knew that last summer I had been collecting folk tales and legends from around Equestria. And while I love the legends of heroes, great ponies like Rockhoof and Mistmane and Flash Magnus, fascinating pattern. This is certainly a new species. What really fascinated me were the tales of mystical sea ponies. There were no evidence they existed, but there were so many stories. I'll have to study you later. This could be the great find of, "Excuse me, sir? Yes?" And when all the legends start to agree, "We're lost. Do you think you could help us?" Well, certainly, all you... Oh, hello? Over here. I guess I got confused. All you... No, over here. When all the folk tales agree, there has to be something to it. Oh, my. Yes, there you go. And just like that, I'd gone from studying folklore. What are you? Us? To being part of it. My name's Adagio. This is Sonata and Aria. We're the Dazzlings. Dazzlings? What's a dazzling? What's a dazzling? See, girls, he hasn't even heard of us. What a shame. Well, that is why we're here, isn't it? My sister raises a good point. My sisters and I are sirens. Sirens? Amazing! I can't believe I'm actually meeting sirens. Look at you. It's cute how confused you are. I need you to pay attention for a moment, okay? Where we come from, the Dazzlings are the most beloved singers. Every pony has heard of us. Really? That's incredible. Yes, it is, but we want to expand. We want to share our music with the surface world. We were looking for a special town for our first performance. You don't know a town nearby that would want to host our first concert, do you? Well, I really don't think my town would. Why not? Yeah! Your little coastal town would be blessed to power us. Power you? Sister, I'm so sorry. I get passionate about these things. True artists have tempers, you know. But you would love to help us set up a concert at your town, wouldn't you? What did you mean, power us? You must have misheard me. I didn't say that. Did I, sisters? Not that I heard. He must be confused. You'll go find us a crowd for our concert, won't you, new friend? It needs to be every pony in your town. Every pony. Got it? I don't know. I need to go. I have responsibilities. Come back here, you. You just can't find good help these days. Come on, girls. Let's find a new Patsy. My heart was beating like crazy. I had never been so excited or so scared. I had barely read anything about sirens. I thought they might not even be real. Excuse me. But I knew for sure that I had one book that had mentioned them. I needed to get back to my home. Adagio had been pretty insistent about getting ponies to them. What did she want with them? The concert was obviously a cover for something else. What did she have planned? Here it is. A book from my hero, Starswirl the Bearded. If anyone could tell me what Adagio was up to, it was Starswirl. Even Starswirl's knowledge was limited. It seemed that even he hadn't met a siren yet. But he seemed to think they were bad news and thrived on others' negative energy. Excuse me, sir. Miss Moss says you were supposed to come help her with her chores today? Oh, I'd completely forgotten. Miss Moss was an old pony who lived on the edge past the edge of town. She grew fruit trees that supplied food for the town, but she lived alone, so the rest of the town did their best to help out when she needed it. It's about time. You see those trees over there? Well, I don't rightly know what you call them, but in a few weeks their fruit's going to be ripe, and I'm going to need to harvest them. In a few weeks? What am I supposed to do tonight? Listen here, everything may just come to you easily, but an old lady like me has to plan. If I'm going to spend all that time harvesting that mystery fruit, then I got to get all the chores in the house done ahead of time. I've got it all set right here. I scheduled which chores have to get done in which order to be ready, and I can't miss one. Wow, that's organization. You're darn tootin', and I'm not about to throw off because some young buck can't show up on time. I'm so sorry. Where do we start? I got plans, but you can work on that list for today. Now, you make sure you get all of that done before I get back, you hear? No problem, Miss Malice. It seemed my research would have to wait until the next morning. I wanted to talk to Adagio and her sisters again, but I needed to know more about them before I did. Starswirl seemed to think they were dangerous, and I trusted his judgment. But just think of the things we could learn from each other. I made up my mind. Tomorrow I would do all the research I could, then go back to see them. And this time, I wouldn't let them fluster me. Finally, not long after the sun had completely set, I finished the last of Miss Malice's chores and headed home. I was surprised she hadn't come home yet, but it wasn't that late, which made it a little weird that I didn't see any pony else on the road. Then, as I got closer, it got even stranger. No pony seemed to be home in any of the houses on the edge of town. This is creepy. That was about the time I started to see the lights in the sky. What's that? I didn't know what they were, but for some reason they filled me with dread. So I walked toward the overlook into the town. And that was when I realized I was too late. From where I was standing, I could barely hear the music, which is probably the only thing that saved me. The sirens hypnotized the ponies with their song, absorbing their magic, and I could see my village weakening before my very eyes. I didn't know what to do, so I did the same thing I always do. I went to get my books. I had to keep my ears covered, or I knew even I would end up like the rest of my friends. But finally, I got back to my home. This is all my fault. I know now that it was silly to blame myself. There was no way I could have stopped the Dazzlings, but maybe I could have warned every pony and, I don't know, something. I have to do something. I have to free my friends. But what could I do? I wasn't particularly good at magic. I wasn't strong. And the only thing I was ever really good at was studying. That's it. I'm not a hero, but I know all their legends. And if the legends about the sirens are real, then maybe so are some of the legends about heroes. So I made up my mind. If I couldn't do anything to save my town, I would find heroes who could. And with the power of the sirens and the number of ponies at their command, I doubted one hero would be enough. I would need to find a team of heroes from around Equestria. And after scouring my book, I thought I had found just the ponies to do it. Unfortunately, making the list was the easy part. I would need to brave the untamed wilds of the world. I would need to face the nightmare creatures that only heroes dared to challenge. I would have to dodge razor-sharp claws and beaks. I would occasionally have to ask for directions. Well, you're going to head down this road till you get to the field with the sad cow. Then you're going to turn right. Now mind, if you get to the melancholy cow, you've gone too far. How will I know the difference? The sad one seems like he's given up, whereas the melancholy one has more of a sense of longing. But finally, after weeks of travel, it would pay off. I think this is it. This is it. There's a volcano. Maybe one of them knows where I can find him. Excuse me, ma'am, I was wondering if you could... Is there something going on? This is not going as I'd hoped. Now, inside of a hole is no place for a pony to be. Grab hold of my shovel and let's get you out of there.